Urgh. Hi guys, so I've managed to fix my stupid fucked up webcam software, which has been broken since September. I actually resolved it by installing an older version of the software. And presto, it fixed every fucking thing that was wrong with it. So what would happen is, I, not knowing that it was broken, would record a 21-minute video, assume it was good, upload it, and then you guys were commenting saying, hey, audio's broken, fix it. So that kind of put a lot of videos on hold. I actually had a video of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I actually shot and recorded an entire review talking about what I liked about the game, what I hated about the game, what they could have improved on, and I had footage recorded that I was going to throw into the, throw it on top of me talking. So it was a really well thought out video. I recorded it, and guess what? No audio. So I'm glad that it's finally fixed. I like that now I can just press that record button with confidence, which I didn't have before. Which was weird, I could actually do like 5 test videos, record it, test them, and the sound worked, and then I shot that fucking 21-minute review, and then there was no sound. So, fuck you, Logitech. Fuck your web developers. Software developers, because you guys fucking suck. What are you laughing at?
Couldn't figure out what kind of developers it was that you wanted to say fuck you to.
Regardless, they fucking suck. So, what I was doing for the longest time, since September, I was using my old HD Sony Handycam. Problem is, my arm gets tired after 10 minutes or so I end up start slouching and stuff, which, yeah. I was using my iPhone a lot too, but then sometimes some asshole would call my cell phone while I was recording the video, thus fucking up the video. So it's nice to have this stupid thing fixed, because my Blue Studio microphone actually works again, and I haven't used that thing since September. So I'm just happy. Happy. Now, one of the things I wanted to touch base on and actually talk about is my current medical issues. Yay! Right, Erica?
What?
Yay, medical issues.
Yeah, you just added more on top of your huge pile.
What huge pile?
Yeah, a huge pile to begin with.
Of shit?
Of shitty medical issues, yeah.
Okay, so...
come on, you started off with being transgender.
No.
And then you started piling medical issues on top of it.
I had medical issues before I came out as trans.
Oh yeah, good point. So, the point is, your pile was already shit.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it as fast as possible. So, since I would say like late teens, early 20s, I'm shooting around the age 20. I've been having a lot of problems when it comes to eating certain foods. Namely anything with dairy in it. I would get sick. So for the longest time, I thought it was lactose intolerance. And a lot of people, like my family and friends, who were lactose intolerant, would give me those enzyme pills. And they seemed to work back then, but they really didn't. So a lot of times I would just not take them and just suffer the consequences of feeling sick. It seemed to just be upset stomach, and then, vomiting and all that fun stuff. And it started getting worse to the point where I went to a gastroenterologist. And they tested me for celiacs, which was negative, so I don't have celiacs. They tested me for Crohn's, which I figured out I don't have. And then they tested me for colitis or ulcerative colitis, which I also don't have. So my gastroenterologist here in Vegas did a colonoscopy, which was so much fun, getting a camera up my ass. They found nothing. So basically that proves that I don't have these conditions, even though I had many of the symptoms. And the thing is, they wrote it off as IBS. And the thing is, IBS, I have a lot of symptoms that are not typical of IBS. So fast forward to, what one would you say? Well, I've been having problems where, like, I get dizzy randomly and incoherent and confused and all sorts of weird shit. So I had an MRI done, and that was negative too. I had 10 blood tests all at once, which she had to hold my arm down because I'm a bitch.
And right? You had to try 3 times.
I had to try 3 times. Third time's a charm when you have someone holding my arm down.
While you were drugged.
Yeah, I was... Long story. It's not illegal drugs. It's prescription drugs. So, those tests came back negative. And those tests were checking, like, thyroid function, kidney function. They were testing my hormone levels because my primary care doctor thought all these problems were hormone related when I've had these problems before I started hormones. So later that day, we were at CiCi's. It was my reward for actually toughing it up and getting through a blood test.
Horrible idea.
So I ate those little, like, if you ever go through the CiCi's buffet, they have these little, like, squares and they're cheesy bread bites or breadsticks or something. So, I mean, they got cheese. Do they have sauce on them? I don't think they do. They don't have pizza sauce on them, but they have, like, seasoning and stuff. So I would say, 7 or 8 of them. And then I started feeling sick. Now, I already have been diagnosed with asthma, and I've already seen a pulmonologist who confirmed that, yes, I do have asthma. So I used this dilator, bronchodilator, it's called, or Ventolin. I started having shortness of breath while I was at the restaurant. So I took it, and it didn't do shit, which is weird. It usually always works. And then I started feeling my throat, like I felt like it was being pinched on the inside, like it was closing up. So I felt like it was swelling. So, like, swallowing and stuff hurt a little bit, and it was starting to scare the shit out of me. She says that my face was starting to turn red, right? Was my face turning red?
Just a little bit. Just a
little bit. So we call that flushing. And I started getting lightheaded and very weak. So we ended up going home. Did I go to sleep that day when I got home afterwards?
I think so.
Yeah, I went to bed, woke up later, felt a little bit better. The following morning, I take her to work, then I go to urgent care. So I explain the whole thing to the urgent care doctor. And she looks at my throat and she says that my throat is still pretty swollen. So she ends up telling me that I should get these things, which are called Epi Pens, because she thinks that I have a food allergy. And that would explain a lot of why I've been having these weird reactions for the past 6 or 7 years. I've been having, especially when I eat stuff with dairy in it, and that seems to be the one that I think it is. I could be completely wrong. So I'm already pursuing going to an allergist so they can do the skin prick test. I already tried a blood test. They did the wrong one. I asked them to do the Ige test, and I forgot to mention that there are 2 different types. There's the total Ige, and then there's the allergen-specific Ige. And the allergen-specific Ige what they do is they take your blood and they expose it to different proteins from all the, common allergens. So it could be dairy products, nuts, tree nuts, shellfish, fish, peanuts, tree nuts. Did I say that already? I think I did. Whatever. And egg and soy. And then they also tested it with like animal danders, common pollens, and airborne allergens. And then they're basically able to give you a general idea of what you're allergic to. So I'm going to pursue getting that done because they did a total Ige test, which doesn't prove jack shit. All it did was say I'm within normal ranges, but everything I've ever read on that says that doesn't at all. It does not rule out allergens. The other thing to note is, like, as said with the whole lactose intolerance thing, these reactions happen anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of eating. So, for instance, if I was eating a bowl of cereal, and this has happened pretty much every time I eat a bowl of cereal, before I'm even finished eating the bowl of cereal, and this is a small bowl, like it's about that big, I feel sick. The first thing that kicks in is I start feeling nauseous. And then I start feeling dizzy and weak, and I have the shortness of breath, and I start sweating. And I mean, it's different every time. It's not always the exact same reaction. And this past one where I felt like my throat was closing up, that was, I would say, the most severe reaction I've had. So everything that I've experienced seems to be anaphylaxis. And that's what my doctor thought, and that's why she prescribed me these stupid things. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen one up close, but they look like this. And if my webcam will actually focus, you stupid fucking webcam, it doesn't want to focus. So they're epinephrine pens. They're basically a needle, so a fucking needle shoots out of that. They're expensive as hell. Luckily, my insurance covers them. This was like $600 for 2 of these. But the thing is, I'm a needle phobe, so I'm not exactly willing to stab myself with one of them. So they also come with a trainer, which is a fake one, and there's no needle or medicine. And the way it works is simple. You just pull the blue tab off, and then you just, like, stab your thigh, your outer thigh with one. And you hold it in there for 10 seconds, which I ain't going to do. And then that's it. So, yeah, so I have these things. So I'm pretty sure at this point my insurance company hates me because I've had MRIs, I've had all sorts of tests. For my asthma, I've been prescribed God knows how many freaking things now. But luckily, I'm now pretty much narrowed down to 2 asthma medications. But yeah, what I'm looking forward to is pretty much solving this mystery once and for all, because I've been suffering with it for a very long time. And the running joke right now with Erica is what do I usually say after I eat anything?
I feel sick.
I always say, I'm like, I feel sick. And I mean, anything. If I eat like a slice of pizza, I feel sick. If I eat like mac and cheese, I feel sick. If I eat ice cream, I feel sick. If I eat pears, I feel sick. So I'm hoping they figure it out. I'm tired of them prescribing me shit all the time. I'm tired of them, like, making assumptions and not understanding what it is. So let's see what happens. So this video originally was going to be about my webcam software, but it somehow, turned into Epi Pens. So yeah, that's my story, guys. I'll definitely make an update video, like just kind of figuring things out. I do have an appointment tomorrow with my doctor who did all those fucking blood tests. He doesn't know about these yet, so I'm going to talk to him about it, see what he thinks, because if he thinks I don't need them, I'm not going to ever use them. She's waiting for the perfect opportunity to stab me with them because she's a masochist, right? Is a masochist or a sadist?
Sadist.
She's a sadist. So every time I eat lately, even today, she's like, "Do you need your EpiPen?" And it's like I can tell she has that evil grin, and she's just like, she's waiting for that moment that she gets to stab me with one of these. Right? No? You sure fool me.
I just like teasing you. I'm really not waiting for that moment.
Oh, so she's just enjoying the fact of instilling fear in me because I'm a needle phobe.
Yep.
The point is, if I ever have a situation where I don't, like, I feel like I can't breathe, maybe I would be more inclined to use it. At least that's what one of my friends said.
When we were driving home once.
Huh?
Like you did when we were driving home that one night.
What are you talking about?
When you took the inhaler and it didn't do shit. Remember when we were coming home from SNES after getting the Mountain Dew?
Yeah, no, but I didn't have my inhaler in the car, so I was having an asthma attack, and I didn't have my inhaler with me.
Yeah, and you were like terrified, and you said that at that moment you would have taken it.
Yeah, in that moment I would, because the thing is with EpiPens, one of the things people don't know is if you have asthma and you're having an asthma attack, if you don't have your inhaler, you can substitute with an EpiPen. They used to use adrenaline injections back in the day for it. It's just that these are much easier to deal with and there's less side effects. So in the future, if I'm ever dying, yes, I could use this for a non-allergic reaction. I can use it for an asthma attack. So I'm done. I'm going to upload this video and go to sleep. So take care, guys. Look out for future videos, which there definitely will be. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do in the future. Am I going to do more gaming videos? Am I going to do trans videos? I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on them. So take care, guys.